Greeting. We are a project team hired by the Department of Real Estate and Construction in Hong Kong U. We are appointed to develop a new I-room on the 5th floor of the NOS building. The room that we have chosen is room 526, which is originally a lecture room. Here are the photos of the original room 526. The reasons that we choose the room 526 are: it can accommodate the largest number of people. It is also the largest in terms of floor area. We believe that room 526 can be renovated as a new conference room and lecture room. The room 526 also has no columns, so that spaces can be used more efficiently. The current users of the room 526 are mainly the lecturers, students, and guest speakers. There are mainly 4 problems in the room 526. First of all, it has single and limited use. The current room 526 can only be used as a lecture room, and it can hardly be used as a conference room. Secondly, there are problems in controlling devices in the current room 526. Say for example, the lighting system. The room 526 has also a confined spatial regions, as it is divided into teaching area and sitting area only. There are also room for improvement in building services design in the current room 526.
Before we talk about the limitation of virtual design and construction, we have to take a look in the advantages and benefits of using virtual design and construction. Let's take a look in this video, which demonstrates the benefit of using virtual design and construction. Using the virtual design and construction method seems to be quite perfect, but actually, using this method, we have to set up some guidelines before using this model. Say, for example, the level of details in the architectural and structural information have to be clearly divided in different construction process. Also, the coordination process and the sequence of technical logistics have to be clearly stated. The guidelines has to be refined to better suit the situation throughout the whole construction process. Technician, architectural, engineer, and even the owner of the project have to pay more attention in setting up guidelines to reduce the occupation of conference. Now let's talk about why we need to use the POP model. The POP stands for Process, Organization, and Product, which is a multidisciplinary model. In this model, architect, engineer, contractor, and even the owner of the project can participate in this model to provide more information to have a better result and performance of the whole construction project. Using this model, we can have a better prediction of the performance in different aspects. The POP model can show the predicted and measured performance. in relation to the stated project performance objective. Next, we will talk about the Gantt chart. The Gantt chart will illustrate the start and finish stage of the terminal element and summary element of the project. Terminal element and summary element comprise the work breakdown structure of the project. Modern Gantt chart also show the dependency, which means the persistence network relation between the activities. Using Gantt chart can have a numbers of benefits, which help us to organize our thought, demonstrate what we need to know when we are doing the project, and help us to set realistic time frameworks.
According to the previously mentioned problems of Room 526, we come up with 4 concepts of our new iRoom in order to improve and maximize the use of it. They are comfort, interactive, which deals with the problem of confined spatial region, security, and also user-friendly, which deals with the difficulty in controlling devices. So now we introduce new uses to the iRoom. On top of the original use of lectures and seminars, we propose to make it a conference room and also for studio meetings or tutorial discussions.
For organization chart, our client is the Department of Real Estate and Construction. Quantity surveyor, contractor, modeling facilitator, architect, purchase manager, project manager will enter direct contract with the client, while subcontractor and in-house engineer will enter contract with the contractor. In our team, Desmond and Anderson will be the quantity surveyor. Nicole will be the modeling facilitator. Ivan will be the architect. Heidi will be the contractor. Arnold will be the purchase manager. And Elaine will be the project manager. And me, Julian, will be the in-house engineer.
Now we will go into the details of the design. Firstly, it is the floor layout for the conference or seminar use. The leftmost part is designed to hold more people into a conference, and making reference to conference in United Nations that participants will be surrounding the screen and people who talks would be shown on the screen. Behind that we have some spare chairs in case we need it. And the rightmost part we show a traditional type of conference layout, making all the tables in an oval shape. Here you can see that there are components that we added, and we will talk about it in the later part. And some of the most significant ones would be the smart interactive whiteboard, the smart podium, the interactive display pen, and the audio conference system. Following the floor plan would be the ceiling plan of the iRoom. Devices include fire alarm, auto sensing lighting, air purifier, CCTV, sprinklers, motion and sound sensors. And here you could see a colored and rendered layout of the conference room. Then I will show you the design for the lecture room. The setting of chairs is basically the same as the current one, except that we don't have raised platforms at the back of the room, so we move the whiteboards to the back so students can still see the screen. And here you can see the rendered layout of the lecture room. Last but not least, we come to the design of the tutorial or discussion room. The tables and chairs are set as 4 in a group, and there are different whiteboards around the room so students get to see the screen from every angle at their seat. And here is the rendered layout of the discussion room.
Let's talk about the POP model for our iRoom project. So for our iRoom, we will have 4 features. They are the interactive, user-friendly, comfort, and security. So for interactive features, one of our main focus will be our smart interactive whiteboard. It will help facilitate interactions between teachers and also students. So here is the render picture of our smart whiteboard. This whiteboard, they can be separated so that whenever the students they are having studio meeting with their facilitators, they will have this whiteboard and they can write on it to share their thoughts, and then they can interact with each other. Another product we have is the audio conference system. So it will allow our speakers and participants to communicate effectively. So each unit, it will include the microphone, the camera, and also our audio system. And here is the desk which equipped with the audio conference system. For the third feature, it will be the Smart Podium interactive pen display for students. It will help make presentations and learning more interactive. And there will also be a Smart Podium available for speakers or lecturers so that they can actually have full control of the system in their iRooms. So here it shows the Smart Podium for teachers. And the other focus of our iRoom will be the partition wall. It will actually allow the iRoom to be divided into separate rooms for studio meetings or discussion areas. So this shows how the partition wall works.
Now let's look at the user-friendly features of the iRoom. The first one is the room booking system. We will use the system from Ethical Room Manager. And this is the rendered picture of the sensitive screen of the system. Through this machine, staff and students can make their booking through Microsoft Outlook, and they can check the schedule of the booking in this screen. The second one will be the sound distribution system. The system consists of 4 sensors and different audio equipments. You can see that the sensor is located at the ceiling of the room. Through this system, students inside the room will hear the same intensity of sound, which can eliminate the problem that someone cannot hear while others hear very loud sound. The third one we have is the floor finishes with sound insulation. It can help to ensure thorough acoustic insulation of the room, especially when the room is separated by partition walls. The users in each part of the room will not be disturbed by the noise emitted from the other part, and this improves working efficiency. Next one is the iSecretary, which helps to take minutes automatically. It helps to reduce the time cost and mistakes caused by taking minutes manually to reduce the searching time. After that, it is the auto attendance taking system. It helps to take attendance by using sensors at the entrance of the room. It allows the lecturer or the department to understand the attendance pattern of each student thoroughly and help to prevent students from asking others to take attendance. The next one is the Smart Printer, which allows both the lecturer and students to print out hard copies of some reference documents in class instantly, which can increase the efficiency in teaching and learning. For conference room use, documents can be printed within the conference in a high speed, which provide convenience in meetings and conferences. Now here is the picture showing that the printers and the sound installation boards. And the last one we have is the micro USB sockets. The smart boards and tabs are connected so that the files imported from the mobile can be shown on the tab or on the smart boards to facilitate group discussion.
So here's come the comfort features of the iRoom. The first one will be the auto-sense lighting system. It can sense the amount of daylight entering into the iRoom, and then it will adjust the brightness of the room automatically to an optimal level. The second one is the smart air conditioning system. This too is the smart air conditioner. It will help to turn the daylight into the temperature into an ideal level and maximize the saving of energy automatically by using wireless network, which synchronizes with the smart boards and tablets, which means the users can adjust the air temperature using their smart board and tablets. And the third one is the smart humidifiers. The smart humidifiers is in this similar mechanism like the smart air conditioner, because there is a sensors to sense the level of relative humidity in the room, and then it will adjust the relative humidity level in the room into an optimal level. And the fourth one is the smart windows. The smart window is making uses of advanced technology in which the photochromic molecules are integrated with the window panel so that the window panels will adjust its brightness and then will allow the optimal level of sunlight entering into the room without bringing excess daylight. And the last one is air purifier. The one on the ceiling is the air purifier. It will provide clean and treated air to the occupants in the room. And then here's come the safety features of the iRoom. There are 4 safety features. The first one is the integrated fire evacuation and messenger system. We can see there will be in this picture, the amplifiers will provide pre-recorded and customized sound bite for the user so that during emergency, when there is a real fire, the occupants can listen to the pre-recorded audio files and evacuate to the safe place as soon as possible. The fourth one is pre-action sprinkler system. The pre-action sprinkler system will reduce property loss as water will only be ejected when there is real fire. And the fourth one is the automatic fire extinguisher. We can see the fire extinguisher is at the door of the iRoom. Similar to the sprinkler system, the automatic fire extinguisher will only emit water when there is real fire. And the last one is the CCTV system. There will be 4 CCTV in the iRoom and can help to protect the security of the iRoom.
Now I'm going to talk about some potential risks which can be identified from the POP models. First of all, there may be some misuse of product functions. For example, people may use the marker to write it on the smart whiteboard, which may damage the screen, and the client has to pay for the expensive repairing cost. So that we should have a better instruction for those new technology items to prevent their misuse by people. Besides that, there may also be damage on the form of products. Taking the movable chair and tables as example, during the arrangement for the group discussion, there may be some collisions and the edges with the devices may be broken during the arrangement. In order to prevent that problem, the architect should give a better design, for example, by using some buffer at the edges. Moreover, the contractor and the purchaser also have the liability because they have to ensure the quality of the products that they use, so they should choose those products with better quality. There may also be some technical problems. For example, we are now using the sound sensor, but during some weather or situation, it may not work well. For example, during the weather with high humidity, the sound sensor may not be so sensible, and if it is covered with a lot of dust, it cannot work well. So the engineer should give some contingency plan for people to have the backup plan by adjusting those functions manually. There may also be some problems during the organization and process. If some key items like the smart whiteboard have a delay in the delivery, it may postpone other procedures like the tablet connection and also other smart devices. In order to prevent this problem, an earlier deadline should be set for those key items, and closer inspection of the delivery is also needed. Why do we need the modeling and analysis? First of all, the POP model stimulates all-round consideration. By POP model, we can look at the problem from different angles from different parties. We can have a better division of labor and also to evaluate its results. The BIM actually serves as a tool for us to communicate with other parties and also allows a deeper feasibility study, because during the meeting, BIM can be used to illustrate the ideas and also other alternatives. The 4D modeling helps to give a better scheduling because it shows the whole process of the demolition and also the construction. It can identify some potential crash during this in the schedule, and people can be noticed of that and prevent those problems. For the procurement strategy, we are now using the traditional lump sum because this is a small scale project and the design can be confirmed in a very early stage. Using the traditional lump sum, a better cost control can be ensured and the risk is shared equally between the contractor and the client. We are now using the selective tendering. Only the tenderers with good reputation are invited. We are now 1 week for making the bills of quantities and 3 to 4 weeks for the tendering. 2 envelope systems would be used, which are the technical part and financial part. It is reminded that the design and BIM should be prepared before the tendering process.
Now let's take a look at the cost of the whole project. For interactive features, the total cost will be about 500,000, and for user-friendly features, the cost is about 43,000. The next one is the comforting features. The total cost will be about 240,000. And last one, safety features. The total cost will be about 30,000. Now let's take a look at the cost of the whole project. For material cost, it is about 820,000, and with the demolition cost, professional fee, preliminaries and contingencies, the total project cost will be approximately 1 million.
For the Gantt chart, as we can see, for the design part, it takes around 5 days, and the bill of quantities takes 5 days as well. And for each part, architect and quantity surveyor will be responsible for each part. For tendering, around 15 days are needed, and 1 day is needed for issuing of contract. Both parts are responsible by the client. And for our construction period, it takes around 86 days. Here show the construction of our features. So for the demolishing of KB526, it takes 8 days, and we take it red in color because it is the most important, and we can carry out this procedure during the tendering procedure. So next we can talk about the 4D model by Ivan.
After viewing all the models that we have used in this project, I would like to end this presentation by giving some business purposes of using these models. First of all, you can see that we have better communication between different participants in this project, including architects, contractors, project managers, and they have a clear view of the project. And secondly, we have better coordination between different models by using Gantt chart, organization chart, and also the BIM, and coordinating them into all one model. We get to see the change in one part, and that causes changes in another part. And we can also have the reduction in administration costs, since we are having a more holistic view of the whole project, and we can see the mistakes and also problems in the models. And it is also very convenient for designing, since BIM and also the Gantt chart helps seize the process. And last but not least, we have a thorough analysis of all the processes, including the time, the materials, the cost in this project. And so this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Everyone. Hi. Can you describe the relationship among different student groups?
For our group, we have a very close relationship, such as when we finish the studio meeting, we will go to the Swire restaurant to have tea together. And sometimes we may go to some dessert restaurant to have dessert together. So sometimes, such as Arnold, when he is very busy to do his job or with his best friend, and we may sometimes help him to finish his assignment. So for our group, we have a good spirit and we know each other very well.
I agree with Julian. I think the relationship of our studio group is very well. Besides the formal meeting of studio and studio discussion, our group also have some gathering after school. For example, our group have go to the karaoke and maybe go dining together or go play badminton together. So that I think our group is just like a group of friends rather than just classmates or group mates. Can you talk about one very memorable and interesting memory in this studio class?
For me, one thing that comes up immediately is your computer. Because when you have to do the 4D model, you install many software and this makes you can't play your favorite computer games, LOL. So this makes us very interesting, and I found this makes me laugh immediately when I heard this news.
Actually, I think the same thing appeared in my mind when I hear this question is when Ivan doing the 4D model, PIM model, he give up many time on sleeping, eating, and even playing computer games. And finally, after complete the 4D model, I hear about that he had a fever. Is that true? Yeah, I agree.
So
I think he has paid a lot effort on
Staying ill.
on this studio project.
Oh, thank you. Oh, can you compare this studio project with the previous studio class?
I think in this studio we make use of many advanced software like the BIM model, the 4D model, and the Microsoft timeline, right? So I think we also learn a lot from this new software, and also this studio encourages us to think in the different ways, like to think using the POP model. So I think this studio is really unique when compared with other studio projects.
I guess you are right. What I want to add is that the past studio project, the task objective seems to base on something that we have learned in lectures, such as the contractual relationship or some feasibility report that we have done in the past years. But for this one, we haven't learned many of the software or the models in the lectures in the past 2 years. For example, especially what is in my mind in particular is the POP model. It is a very fresh idea to me, and I think it is a very important model to project management.
What have you done from this studio project and inspired you the most?
Inspire me the most. I think what inspired me most will be the POP model, because in the beginning, this studio required us to do a grade B POP model, which involves about more than 20 new features, new products. In the beginning, I think we cannot think of so many new features, but at the end, we have really come up with new and innovative ideas, and I think the POP model really inspired us.
Actually, I'm also one of the members for doing the POP model. Of course, POP model has inspired me very much, but I think another one is that the Nevis work done by Ivan inspired me as well, because it can turn it can turn the 3D model in Revit into a 4D model, then so that when we are doing project management, we can use it to predict the construction or development period and predict some of the potential risks. So I guess the Nevis work is the software that inspired me the most.
Oh, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the interview. And the first question is, what is your largest difficulty when doing this project?
I think this project mainly uses many different types of models like POP and BIM, and we still need to use other softwares like Navisworks. So I think to complete this project with so many different skills is the largest difficulty of this studio, but at the same time we learn a lot from utilizing all those softwares.
I think POP model is actually the largest difficulty because I actually make the POP and this is our first time to learn or to get in touch with this modeling tool. So it actually takes us quite a long time to learn how to use and make it usable.
I see. So what can you learn in this studio?
I think besides knowing a lot of new softwares which are useful in the industry when we go out for work, we know how to cooperate because only a limited time is given to us, and there is quite a lot of workload. So we need a very good division of labor.
I learned how to have a better time control because during this period I have a lot of additional volunteer work outside the Hong Kong, so that I have a strike a balance between those activities. And it's quite difficult to strike a balance, but finally I do it. I'm very good. I can do this very good. And thank you my teammates. They are all very helpful and cooperating.
And how do you think this studio can help your future careers?
I think that for me, I want to be a VS in the future, and I think it somehow helps to know more about different kinds of using surfaces systems with this model. And so I did not go into very deep of them, but I think that they provide me some basic skills and also knowledge.
I want to be a QS in the future. In this studio, we need to build up a Gantt chart for the organizations of work, and we need to use the POP models to identify different liabilities of parties. So for my career, I can have a better idea of QS work, such as the planning and also the cost estimation. And I think the cooperation with the teammates is another issue which is very important, and I learned a lot in this project.
So who do you want to thank after this studio? Maybe Ivan, you can answer first.
I want to thank you, Isaac, in another group because my computer have some problem when simulating the video. So that every night I will call him at about 2 or 3 a.m. So that he is a very patient guy and he's very helpful and help me to simulate the video at the very beginning. At the end, my computer will recover. And
I'm glad to hear that news. Okay.
yeah. So that nowadays But now I can simulate the video by my own. But I still want to thank you, Isaac Wong in other groups. It is very helpful.
Okay, I think we actually have to thank everybody in our group because it's actually.
And I want to thank Dr. Gao on behalf of our whole group because she gave us a lot of support. Besides the technique need in this project, she knew the need of the students and also our group because she helped to delay the deadline for the video so that we have more time to prepare and do the adjustment from the recommendation in the presentations. So we need to thank for her support. Oh, thank you very much.